I think getting fired is important. Um, the first time, I think it was the first time, it all blurs in my mind. I got a play, I got a Neil Simon play, which seemed like a really big deal. It was called Jake's Women. They were going to rehearse out of town in LA and then go to San Diego and then bring it to Broadway. And again, I went through many, many hoops and auditioned, and I finally got the part. And we came to LA, and again, I got to come to LA, and they put me up, and it was so exciting. And now this is interesting because of my training, my theater training. I was taught, okay, once you get the role, then, at the first read through, put it all away. Just read the script flat because the playwright wants to hear it. Don't try and act it or anything like that. So we all sat down. And before we did, all the cast was meeting each other and saying who they are and yes, and let's go out to lunch. And we all made plans. And after the read through, it was we were going to rehearse a little bit, and then we made lunch plans, and then we were going to go shopping, and everyone was new to LA, and it was so exciting, and I instantly had all these friends. So we did the read through, and I did what I was trained to do, which is drop it all. And we broke for a cup of coffee while the director and Neil talked. And the director came down the stairs and said, okay, we're going to cancel the rest of the day. All of you guys, you can go home. It's fine. Felicity, I want you to stay. And I went, I don't think that's a good sign. And then he brought me up to the stage, the theater. We were rehearsing at the Henry Fonda. And there was Neil, and there's the stage manager, and there's the director. And he goes, well, Felicity, Neil wants to fire you. I don't know what you were doing in the reading, but it was dreadful. Neil wants to fire you, right? I've tried to talk him out of it. So what we're going to do is let's work through some scenes together today. We're just going to, let's think of this as a re-audition. And I went, so I suddenly had to audition again after going, you're terrible and we want to fire you. So we worked for a couple hours, me and the stage manager, trying to read scenes. And I left just shaking. And the director came out of the theater after we went, that was good. So we won't fire you right now. It's okay. You're still in. And I remember calling Bill on the phone and going, I don't know what I did wrong. I can't figure out. They want to fire me. And he at the time was trying to put together a movie. And he went, my movie just fell apart too. It's just awful. So that happened. We rehearsed the play. I stayed in it. We went to San Diego to the Old Globe. We started performing it. Neil came in and fired me and fired a lot of the cast, and then moved it and went to New York with a different cast. So that was the first time I was fired. And then the second time I was fired in New York, I got something. It was between me and Cynthia Nixon, who I looked up to and loved and still do. And it was Thunder Alley with Ed Asner. And I auditioned, I got it, and it was a sitcom. And we shot the pilot in front of an audience, as one does. I flew back to New York. I thought, yay, I have a pilot. My agent called me and said, hey, are you sitting down? And I said, yeah. And he said, they're reshooting the pilot. And I went, do I have to go back to LA? And he went, no. I don't? No, they're doing it without you. I'm fired? Yes. So that was the second time I was fired. So it's funny because it leaves, at least for me, I always think I'm going to be fired. I thought I was going to be fired in almost everything I've ever done since then. I remember turning to, in Frasier, I turned to David Hyde Pierce. I think it was about the second or third episode, and I went, it's okay, you can tell me they're going to fire me, right? And he went, I don't think so. I haven't heard anything. And I went, it's okay. I mean, if you hear it, it's okay. But I know they're going to fire me. It's all right. So I don't know. It leaves a scar where you're always going, it's like, I guess when some disaster happens, you go, oh yeah, those disasters can happen and they probably will happen this time. being fired doesn't make the success that much sweeter. It makes it that much more tenuous. You go, oh, well, they like me now, but they could fire me at any time. But I think for some reason doing theater makes it that much sweeter, and not working for long periods makes it sweeter. I think doing something like building a theater company where you're doing things for no money and working well into the night and selling tickets and trying to sell ads and sewing everybody's costumes. You know, when you walk in and someone goes, yes, I'm doing your wardrobe. And you go, that's fantastic. You know, someone says, yes, I'm in charge of your props. You go, I don't have to get my own. That sort of stays with you, that kind of appreciation for the levels, I think.